be in the world as if you are a stranger. Be in the world as if you are a stranger. Or a wayfarer, meaning a traveler. And then Ibn Umar, he used to say, so he heard this advice from the Messenger of Allah, be in the world as if you are a stranger, or a wayfarer, meaning a traveler. So Ibn Umar used to say, when you arrive in the evening, إذا أمسيت فلا تنتظر الصباح. When you arrive in the evening, then do not wait for the morning. Don't anticipate the morning. And when you arise in the morning, do not anticipate the evening. Do not wait for the evening. وَخُذْ مِنْ صِحَّتِكْ لِمَرَضِكْ. Take from your health for your sickness. Take from your health for your sickness. وَمِنْ حَيَاتِكْ لِمَوْتِكْ. And from your life for your death. Right? So this is the first hadith. This clearly, as you can see, it is an encouragement to abstain from that which is superfluous in life. Right? To abstain from that which is not going to benefit you in this life. And to be as if you are a stranger. To be as if you were a traveler. And the second part, which is the statement of Ibn Umar, as you can see, this is guidance which explains to us how to use our time and how to take advantage of health and how to take advantage of life itself. So inshallah, we're going to stop on this hadith for a short while, and we'll take some benefit from Shaykh Ibn Uthaymeen rahimahullah, who has some commentary on this hadith. This hadith is from An-Nawawi's 40 hadith. It's actually the 40th hadith, I believe, right at the very end. And so the Shaykh says that the person who is a gharib, the stranger. What is a stranger? A stranger is the one who appears like in a town or in a city, and he doesn't really have any fixed abode. He doesn't have any fixed place. He's a stranger. He's not from the place. So he doesn't have any fixed abode. This is the gharib. And the abir as-sabil means the one who is the wayfarer, the traveler. And this person is the one who is on foot. He's walking, right? He's not sitting or staying in one place, but he's on the path. He's traveling. And between these two, the one who is the wayfarer, the traveler, he is more renounced from the world than the stranger, right? Because the wayfarer is on his feet, he's traveling, he's on a journey, and the stranger, the gharib, he's like in a place, he's in a city, he's in a town, he's sitting, he's not on his feet. And so that's the difference between the two, right? So notice how the Prophet ﷺ, he used these two specific words in this hadith. He said, be like a stranger, be in this world as if you are a stranger, or a traveler, a wayfarer. And Shaykh Ibn Uthaymeen says, what this means, the advice or the lesson here is that abstain from the world. Abstain from the world. Have zuhud. And don't be too inclined towards the world. And no matter how long your life is, eventually you are going to have to depart from this life. So don't be too inclined towards this world. Now obviously this doesn't mean to abandon the world. It doesn't mean to lock yourself up in a room or in a monastery as some people do. Right? And it means, az-zuhud means to leave from the world that which will not benefit you. This is the meaning of zuhud, az-zuhud, right? To be abstemious. It doesn't mean, be a monk in a monastery. It doesn't mean this. It simply means, as the scholars explain, as zuhud means to leave alone from the world that which is of no benefit to you in the world or in the hereafter. Right? So to have zuhud doesn't mean that, you don't work and you don't earn a living and it doesn't mean that. But it simply means leave what is superfluous, leave what is additional and what's not going to benefit you. So the Shaykh goes on to say, and he also goes on to explain that also this life and this world, as you know, that it is not just pure happiness. It has two things, one of which is old age and one of which is death. Old age and death. So in other words, this life isn't just pure enjoyment and straightforward. Rather, you have to face two inevitable things. It is either old age, where you lose the faculties and the abilities and the physical strength and so on and so forth, or death will come to you, and no one can escape any of these things. So therefore, if this is the reality of the world, then you should not be inclined to it in a way that distracts you from the hereafter. Which is why the Shaykh says that these two expressions of being a stranger and being a wayfarer, these are very appropriate statements that were chosen. Likewise, the statement of Ibn Umar radiallahu anhuma, who used to say, when you arrive at the evening, don't expect to be there in the morning. And when you arrive in the morning or arise in the morning, do not wait or look at the evening. Take from your health for your sickness and take from your life for your death. So the Shaykh goes on to say that the meaning here, there's two meanings. There are two meanings or interpretations. The first of them is that if you have some action or deed to do before the morning, then they don't wait for the morning. Do it now, get it done now, right? Don't put it off, because what will happen is that when you reach the morning, you'll say, you know what, I'll leave it till the evening, and then when you reach the evening, you'll say, I'll leave it till the morning, right? So this is, you're just delaying beneficial deeds or things that will benefit you unnecessarily, right? And likewise, the other way around, when you arrive or when you arise in the morning, don't look to the evening. Meaning that if you have something to do in that morning, then do it. Don't put it off to the evening, because then you'll say, oh, well, I'll do it in the morning, the next morning. Right? So this is the first benefit from the statement of Ibn Umar. This is one interpretation. Don't delay things. If you've got something to do it now. Get it out of the way. The second interpretation is that when you arrive in the evening, don't expect to reach the morning, which means that you could even die before you reach the morning, or you could die before you reach the evening. So this we know from experience, as the Shaykh says. How often do we see or do we hear of a man who leaves his house in the morning and he says, I'll be back home for dinner, I'll be back home for supper, now I'll see you in 10 minutes, and off he goes in the car, whatever it might be, and he ends up dying, from any number of different reasons. It could be because of health, right? Sudden death. It could be because of an accident in a car. It could be for whatever reason. He gets knocked over by a car or something, or he himself is in a crash or something, or whatever it might be. People die from all sorts of unexpected things. People get struck by lightning, right? People have freak accidents, and they think it could never happen to them. So this is the second meaning, which is that when you arrive in the evening, do not expect to be living in the morning. And when you arrive or you awake in the morning, do not expect to arrive to be there in the evening. And this is the second lesson or the second benefit from this hadith. And then Ibn Umar said, وَخُذْ مِنْ صِحَّتِكْ لِمَرَضِكْ. Take from your health for your illness, for your sickness. And so what this means, that when you are healthy or you are youthful, in a youthful age, when you are healthy, you are capable, you are fit, you are agile, you have the strength, you have the stamina, you have all these things, you are able to do deeds, righteous deeds as well. And so what you do is that you know that at times you are going to be sick, you are going to be weak, and so you compensate for those times by being diligent and earnest in the time that you are healthy. Meaning, get more done while you are healthy. Don't be lazy. Don't sit around. Don't say, I'll do it in the evening. I'll do it. Do it straight away. Right? And acquire as much as you can of benefit while you have that good health. So therefore, take from your health for your sickness. Meaning, compensate for the times of your sickness from your health, when you have good health. And also, وَمِنْ حَيَاتِكْ لِمَوْتِكْ, and take from your life for your death. So obviously, if you are living, able, capable, you have the ability to act. You have the ability to benefit yourself in this life and the hereafter. But when you die, as we know in the other hadith, when the son of Adam dies, passes away, all of his action is cut off except for three. Either knowledge which he disseminated, which benefits people after his death, or recurring charity which he gave, whose benefit is recurring, it continues, right? Like a well which he dug, or a tree which he planted which gives fruits to people, or something of that nature. And so he continues to benefit, right? That's his deed continuing after his death. Or a righteous son who supplicates for him. Right? So when death comes, all your deeds are cut off, they finish. Only these three continue. So that means that to prepare for death, take from your life for your death. Take from your life for your death. And obviously these brief words, these concise words in this hadith, in this statement of the Messenger of Allah and the companion Ibn Umar, they have tremendous benefit. And some of the scholars of the past, they used to say that a youth, basically the plan that a youth should have is that he should be earnest and work hard and make sure that all of the affairs of his world, such as earning a living and whatever else, that he has them done by the age of 40. Right? And then from the age of 40, he just devotes himself to worship and ibadah and things of that nature, dhikr, remembrance, because he's now on his way towards death. From the age of 40, you're more than halfway there. So what this hadith shows, therefore, that, in the early part of your youth, take from your life for your death, take from your health for your sickness, and don't expect to reach the morning or don't expect to reach the evening. It means that you have to be earnest and you work hard, you seek the means of provision and sustenance so that later in your life you are not toiling and working hard, you are old, you're becoming weak. This is the time now for retiring and relaxing and dedicating yourself in worship and remembrance. Right? So, also, Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah, he said, speaking about wealth in general, he said that it is befitting and desirable for a person that he treats wealth as if it is like a donkey which he rides. Wealth is like a donkey that you ride. You use it and you ride it as and when you need it. Or he said, أو كأنه بيت الخلاء يقضي فيه حاجته. Or treat wealth as if it's basically like a washroom. You use it as and when you need it. This is how it should be. Do not become a slave to wealth. Do not, instead of you riding on wealth, which is like a donkey, which you use as and when you need, do not let the wealth to ride you. Do not let wealth sit on top of you and ride you, meaning to basically take control of you, take control of your life, and for that to become the objective. And because this is what happens to many people. They become lost, and they become engrossed in seeking wealth. And initially, the wealth and the excitement of wealth and generating wealth and plenty of wealth, it's exciting initially, and then they don't realize that slowly, step by step, it diverts them from the realities of this life, and they lose a tremendous amount of good. Anyway, this is the first hadith, the first guidance from the Messenger of Allah mentioned by Sheikh Ubaid, which teaches us the issue of time and using the time wisely and in benefit. So from the benefits we take in summary form from this hadith, first of all, the hadith teaches us that we should abstain from the world. The world is temporary. You are going to die. You are going to become old. You cannot escape death. And so therefore be in this world as if you are a stranger or as if you are a traveler on the path. Second benefit is, look at how the Messenger of Allah, how he used to teach the companions. He used to give them the best of examples, the best of similitudes, the best of admonitions. And so this is why we find that the guidance brought by the final and last Prophet and Messenger Muhammad, it is the most perfect and the most complete of guidance. It has everything a person needs to be happy in this life and to be successful in the hereafter. Likewise, to be successful in this life, right? And so he used to teach these things to his companions in the best of ways with the best of similitudes. Also from the benefits, that any intelligent person, clearly an intelligent person, he knows that as long as he's healthy, that he should be eager to pursue his goals and his objectives and pursue his livelihood, and likewise pursue righteousness and righteous deeds, more importantly, before he dies and his deeds are cut off. Also from this we learn from the speech of Ibn Umar that the two meanings, that anything you need to be done, don't delay it till the morning, or don't delay it till the evening. That's one meaning. And the second meaning is that if you reach the evening, don't expect to be living in the morning. And if you reach the morning, don't expect to be living in the evening, because you never know when death is going to come to you. And so therefore take advantage of that time to do the righteous deeds, give charity, make dhikr, all the things that will bring you benefit in the hereafter. And finally, take from your health to compensate for your illness, and take from your life for your death. Right? So this is one of two texts that was mentioned by Sheikh Ubaid.